Hello, hello everybody, and welcome. Welcome to Heart of a Hobbit today on this lovely Thursday evening. At least it's evening for me. Today on Heart of a Hobbit, we are going to do a couple things. We're between festivals, and so we're going to go out and catch up on some of the Bingo Boffin questline. It's a questline that originally was released 1 week at a time. And so here on Treebeard, where we are, they are replicating that. So it's coming out 1 week at a time. So we are actually a couple weeks behind because we got distracted by, of course, festival. So we're going to do some catching up on that. Oh, I already said hi to Wenda. And then we are going to go look for the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner, which takes place on Lord of the Rings Online every year around Talk Like a Pirate Day. Yarr! So we will be checking that out as well. All right, so first thing, let's see, I talked to Wenda. That's always an important thing to do. Let me make sure I actually consumed my subscribers jug and didn't just pick it up, because I've been known to do that before too. Affadil is on her way. Awesome. I think I am still ahead of Affadil. I don't think I caught up completely, but we will check. We will definitely check. So what's going on here is that I have two characters that I'm using as my main characters. And so I have switched. We started with one set to do the Bingo Boffin quest line, and then I switched to my other main character, and so I'm getting her caught up to Affadil, who is the only main of before on this server. Hello! And Hobbity, hi. So we'll say wave. I was going to type /hi. That doesn't do anything. All right, let's go to Mickle Delving. Oh, well, that's kind of cute. Neato bandito. Huh, and so does hello. Yo does not do it. How about yar? That would be very fitting, you know. Nay. Okay. Well, we tried. Okay, so we're here in Mickle Delving, and I'm still working on Leaving Is Not Easy. So let me pull that up. Where Bingo is trying to leave the Shire, he's got a book with a map, and it has some sort of adventure going on, and he's going to check it out. So yeah, it says that Affadil has completed this quest. Yes, adventure. So he left his walking stick leaning against the side of his hobbit hole and asked you to run back and retrieve it. So gotta pop over to his hobbit hole, which is just north of us here. So we are in Mickle Delving, and he lives just north of Mickle Delving here in his little neighborhood with his other neighbors who he had borrowed a few things from. And we have returned those items to his neighbors, so they are aware that it is possible that he is going off on an adventure. Well, look, there we are. There's Bingo's walking sticks. We're going to go ahead and grab that. And now you retrieve Bingo's walking stick and should now bring it to him in Bywater. Well, I conveniently have a milestone to Bywater. So now you can travel with me or you can stay here. Okay. I think she's waving by. Just staying here because I have a feeling I'll be back. Unless you want to travel back and forth. Whatever is good for you. Whatever makes you happy. Let's see. Does it have a festival listed? Let's try. Festival. No. Moobot does not know what's going on. Bagels. No, waffles. Waffles is the one that works. There you go. Hi. Let's see. I gotta find him. Oh yeah, he's over in Bywater. I'm in Hobbiton. Hobbiton is where the older generation likes to hang out at the local inn, and Bywater is where you'll find Sam and Rosie and that generation hanging out. You see. So you know those kids. They gotta go off and do their own thing. So we'll pop over to where those wacky kids are hanging out, including the Bingo over here by the Green Dragon. Not the same Green Dragon that you'll see on Friday night, but the Green Dragon on Laurelin that you'll see on Friday night is where all the excitement is. Now notice there's a nosy bystander standing here, and leaving is not easy. He says, "Do you know anything about Mr. Bingo Boffin? My friends and I saw him around town, but he gave us the slip and went off somewhere. They say he is going on an adventure, which we find most peculiar." So we're gonna go pop into the Green Dragon. Might as well get off my mount and do so. Yeah, you see, I haven't even done the pies. You see Gerd was standing there with his gray ring waiting for me to return his pie. All right, so there's our Bingo hanging out in the corner. Hey, Bingo, what's up? He says, there you are, my traveling companion, and you have collected my walking stick. Very good. That will be a big help on the miles ahead. I do not doubt it. I did not nip into the Green Dragon just for this ale. No, though it is quite good, and you should try some. No, I was being followed about town by a number of nosy hobbits, and came in here to evade them. I think perhaps we two should leave quietly and slip through the swamps around Frogmorton so we can leave without being pestered. I will meet you in the Frogmoors. Okay, so we're not headed back to his hobbit hole just yet. By the way, I am wearing the Cloak of the Cluck, which we earned from doing our chicken missions, and I am wearing the title Crosser of Roads, as is Affadil over there, which we earned last week in our epic marathon session of 5 hours and of traipsing all through the world. So that was pretty awesome. So, all right, so let's go out to the Frogmoors. Let's head on over that way. Hello, door. There we go. And, oh yeah, so let's see, I'll just put schedule up. No, is that the right thing? I think schedule is us. Haha. Well, all right, so there's the schedule of all of us streamers. There's one of the commands is it puts up a link to the forum post where Cord has all of that stuff. Okay, all right, so we're gonna ride over to the Frogmoors, which we could have just zipped through. We could have gone cross country that way. We're going cross country. Well, we're taking the road. We're good hobbits. Sorry, we're respectable hobbits until we get to this part, and then we're going to go off road. All right, we're no longer respectable hobbits. Events, there it is. So the Lotro events schedule, there's the link right there. And this weekend is when you'll find the Tales of the Shipwrecked Mariner, which is a little event that they do here on Lotro, where you go off and there's some pirates out and about on the Brandywine. So we're gonna go check that out here in a little bit. I think I overshot a little bit. I think Bingo's back over this way. Oh, I should have checked to make sure I'd already done the Lobelia thing. All right, we're going to talk to Bingo here. All right, so we have a new problem. He says, I think we evaded the notice of the nosy hobbits, but my choice of detour may not be ideal. You see, I cannot stand frogs and toads. The sight of them fills me with trepidation, and I find myself quite unable to move. No, do not say it. I thought perhaps the Frogmoors was just a silly name. Like, was it Carith Ungol? The spider stairs? Yeah. Spider's Gorge. There it is. He says, no, do not say it. Yeah, he thought the Frogmoors was just a silly name. I did not know it would be home to so many of the creatures. Slimy, croaking devils. Can you defeat some of the wild hill toads in our way? Just enough for me to get back to the road. I would appreciate it ever so much. So we need to defeat 4 hill toads. You know, I am actually going to run back over to the floating log real quick. It's not that far. But it's deep enough water that I got caught. And see, because there's a couple of quests right over here that basically overlap with what I'm doing here. Oh, Lobelia the toad will be a perfect present for Lobelia that toad. Okay, so we've already done that, which means I've probably already done the one inside the floating log, but let's go check. There's one inside the floating log where he is trying to make his special brew, and he needs the hops from the Frogmoors. All right, looks like I've already done that too. Okay, so there's 5 different quests that you do for innkeepers throughout the Shire, and that's one of them. And it's like kind of a hidden quest. No, I don't. So if you only know about it once you finish it, kind of thing. All right, so We need wild hill toads. Oh, that seems to be one. Yep, that's one. All right, so we need just a handful more. Oh, I should be putting down my exploder. There we go. Let's see, I need another one. I want them to come over here. Come over to my exploding thing. It's going to explode in that many ticks. And kaboom! Toad's done. Now I got to talk to Bingo. Oh, he's back over here. Cool. I'm playing with the kind of beta version, alpha version of the, alpha version of the decoy, deadly decoy plugin. So that's in development by B4. He was working on that Tuesday on the stream, but I don't have the updated version yet. So, and it's not like ready for release or anything. I'm just playing with it now. Extremely alpha. All right, so he says, you're not going to believe this, but I have forgotten something else I wish to bring with me. I brought one of the satchels I intended to bring, but forgot the other. Can you run back to my home and retrieve it for me? I simply cannot do without this other satchel. Indeed, it contains almost the entire reason for my journey. He says, you have defeated enough of the toads that I should be able to make it back to the road and will continue the journey while you run back to get my other satchel. I will meet up with you on the outskirts of the town of Budgeford if you find that agreeable. Okay. So I'll tell you what, I'll run back to Mickle Delving. You head on to Budgeford. I'll meet you there. I'll take my milestone to Hobbit and Bywater and ride from there. Oh, okay. All right. Oh, do you have the milestone too? That's convenient. And we discovered having a milestone set in Hobbiton Bywater, in Hobbiton, during the festival was really convenient. So we still have those set for ourselves, and that's kind of nice. All right, we'll just go through the center of town here. Hello, Mayor. Hello, Second Sheriff. Hello, all sorts of other people. Lots of stuff happening in there. You can talk to a notary. You got all sorts of stuff happening there. I think his satchel is inside. Yep. There we go. I suppose I could have dismounted. And there it is, over where he was packing. Remember earlier he was bent over here and he was packing. And he left his satchel there. All right, and now I will take the milestone over to Hobbit and Bywater. Didn't take long to grab the satchel. So how's everybody doing today? I know it's kind of early for some of you over in the United States. It's getting late here. We've got the sun is actually starting to recede for us. Oh, hey, nice. We still got our matching horses, little matching ponies. That's nice. All right. It's the perfect picnic pony, isn't it? Mm-hmm. You can get the perfect picnic pony as a mount and also as a pet. So you can have one following while you're walking and have one that you're riding when you're riding. It's kind of cool. I think I named mine Penny as well. But I had to do a different spelling because it wouldn't let me just do straight up Penny. Let's see if I have... Do I have her over here? That's the treasure-laden donkey. Where is... Oh, it may have been on... No, it was probably on this server. I don't know. It's okay. We keep bouncing back and forth in front of each other here. It's funny. All right, so we're going past Frogmorton. We'll keep on going. I should put tracking on. Let's see, you pick up ore, so I'll pick up wood. Not that we're picking up probably a lot in the Shire. But yeah, just if I happen to pass by it, if I'm nearby it, I might swing a little bit out of my way to go get it, you know. All right, here we come on to Bywater. Oh good, I do have the Universal Toolkit. I forgot to check. I have one and I share it among all my characters. And so sometimes I forget to drop it in all of that. Okay, this is a funny little scene. So you've got Willibald Took here and the Watcher over there. And they're like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm having an adventure. I'm trying to, take a boat down the river. She's like, are you crazy? In the river, you crazy Took. You're as mad as a Baggins. I'm just trying to float my boat down the river. She says, I'm not getting in there. Besides, you have a hole in the bottom. You're not going much of anywhere. I know that much. See, he's got I don't know if you can see the whole boat right there. It looks like it's completely under. I thought you could see the hole in the boat. Maybe not. All right. Yeah, and you're going to have a seat with him. Nice.
My legs are sticking out of something.
Oh, yeah, your legs are. There you go. Your legs are sticking out of the hole in the bottom of the boat. So it's cute, these two having their little conversation about adventures. All right, so he's like, there you are, and you retrieved the satchel I left behind. Thank you very much, my friend. Do you know why this satchel is so important for me to have? It is because this bag contains my parchment, quill, and several ink bottles. I intend to write about my journey, keeping a record of everything that happens to us on the way. I want to document my adventures so I will never forget it. Somewhat like Bilbo Baggins did. He says, I thought it would be easy to leave. I told you as much when we departed Mickle Delving, did I not? But it seems that some part of me has been dragging his feet. First I left my walking stick, then I developed a fear of toads I never had before, and then I discovered my satchel and writing supplies were left behind. Like young Willibald here with a hole in his boat, I am finding it harder to leave home than I expected. But I will not give up. As long as I have you nearby to encourage me, my friend, the journey awaits. So we're going to get 5 bingo badges, 45 copper, woo. And then next week, we'll get to do a brood of boffins, and it's recommended that you're level 16 by the time you do that. Okay, so we'll finish Leaving Is Not Easy. Look, what? It's next week. Ba-ba-da. Have you already picked up a brood of boffins? Uh-oh. Oh, shoot. That was weird. Everything just went dark for a minute. Okay, so a brood of boffins. So this is the one that comes the following week. And like I said, we're a couple weeks behind, so this will be available for both of us. He says, our journey continues, my adventurous friend. It will be a short walk to the Brandywine Bridge, and then we will cross into Buckland. I've only been over the bridge a few times in my life, and that was to visit my cousin Priska and her family. Perhaps we can stop by her home for a short visit before traveling further east. But let us not get ahead of ourselves. First, let us walk to the bridge and admire the view. So once we finish this, eventually we will get some bingo badges, we will get a title, and we'll get a little bit of money. A little bit more money than the previous. That's nice. All right, so we will accept that. Well, shall we go to the Brandywine Bridge and see if Bingo has made it there yet? All right, let us go on our adventure. Yeah, it's funny because Affadil and Arthaliel is my other hunter, my other main on this server, and they did all the Slayer deeds out here in the Shire as well. And I am pretty certain. Let's see, did I do Harvest Flies yet? Let's see. I'm just gonna check, just for funsies. Apparently, oh wait, nope, new deed, Harvest Fly Slayer. Look at that. I have only 19 to go plus 40. Because usually the way those deeds work is the first one is, X, and then the second one is X times 2. So it would be 20 and then 40. But that's okay. We don't have to go and defeat 60, 59 more of those on stream today. We can do that on stream another day, or I could do it, not on stream. I'm certain you have all seen plenty of people doing Slayer deeds on stream. All right, so here we go, coming up to the Brandywine Bridge, cutting through somebody's field. I think I'm gonna get back on the road. Hey, we found Bingo over near where he was trying to swim. Do you remember a while ago he was trying to swim? There's a keg of cram over there. How curious. All right, yeah, are you gonna swim across the river? You're swimming in the river? That's awesome. All right, let's see what Bingo has to say. All right, we're going to cross the bridge to visit his cousin. He says, it wasn't so long ago that I was learning to swim near here. Do you remember? It was right over there. Bingo stands silently in thought for a moment. I appreciate you not telling everyone that I was not really swimming. It was a kind turn, and I will not forget it. It will still be a fine adventure, even bridge-bound and landlocked. Let us cross the bridge and visit my cousin Priska at her home in Newbury. If I remember correctly, her home is just across the bridge and south through the Buckland Gate. First house on the left. Sounds great. All right. Oh yeah, I was going to try and find my penny. Here, I'll follow you for a second while we walk across the bridge. If I take one more step, I'll be the furthest from home I've ever been. These doors are pretty cool, actually. Yeah. We stop and look at the doors every so often. Oh yeah, I was going to look at my ponies. Hang on, look at my collections. Let's pause for a moment. And do I have? It's not the treasure-laden donkey. That's not the one. Okay, so it's not the pig, kid. I don't think a Hobbit. Oh, how sad. I didn't actually get it on this character. I did not. I probably did over on Laurelin, I guess. Okay, well, let's go say hi to Priska. And no following pony for me until next year. That's okay. Next Farmer's Fair, it'll give me something to work on. Yeah, it requires festivity tokens that you only get through doing instances. And it's quite possible I didn't do enough instances with this character. That's okay. Hey, look, there's Bingo. What does he have to say? He says, here we are. Priska looks much as I remember. It will be good to have a nice, relaxing visit before continuing on our journey. Somehow I feel like this is foreboding or foreshadowing. Oh, it has been so long since Cousin Bingo has come to visit, and here the house is dirty and untidy. I wish he had written a letter to let me know he was coming, but my children are out and about already, running errands throughout Crick Hollow, Newbury, and Buckland. Would you mind telling them to come home? You ask Priska how you will find her children, and she smiles. I can tell you where I thought they were going, if that helps. Angelica loves animals. She is always looking to feed and water the livestock, and even loves cleaning up after them. If there's an animal in jeopardy, she will be there as well, trying to help it. Barrelac also likes to help out with the chores, but only if they bring him near to a quiet, sunny place to sleep. He is likely sleeping in a haystack somewhere. Camellia left home with a bucket. She was going to get some water from the well. That seemed to go well together. Haha. Dinodas has been sweet on young Celandine Brandybuck for some time now. She may know where he is. Esmeralda loves to go dancing in the Toad Marsh. Fosco is unusual among my children in that he loves the river and the ferry and wants to learn boating. He is likely daydreaming not far from the Buckleberry Ferry. And I went to the Buckland Fair with Griffo earlier today, but I had my fill before long and came home. Griffo may still be there. He was really tucking into his food before I left. All right, so you regret agreeing to find Priska's children without first knowing how many there are. And Bingo says, oh, I had quite forgotten how many children my cousin has. How does she keep track of them all? Well, she doesn't. There's one that we forgot. Spoilers. So first we're going to walk over here because I want to talk to Celandine Brandybuck. And she's under her comments of a brood of boffins. She says, you are looking for Dinadas? Oh, I hope I did not hurt his feelings. He came to speak to me earlier and asked if I wanted to attend the festival dances with him. I tried to be polite, but I think he was disappointed by my refusal. He may be off by himself somewhere, low on morale, the poor thing. Hint, hint. All right, so let's check out this cow. Now, you may remember during our time as a chicken that there was a cow we needed to talk to. So here's the cow that we came and spoke with. And now you'll notice there are people standing around trying to figure out what's going on. Here's Angelica Boffin, one of the boffins we're looking for. And she says, how do you think she got all the way up here? She does not want to come down, does she? Not with all this attention, anyway. You tell Angelica that Bingo Boffin, her first cousin once removed, has come to visit. Oh, how lovely! Mother always spoke very highly of Cousin Bingo. I will head home to see him in just a moment. Try pulling her tail. Maybe that will get her attention. I think that will not have the results you're looking for. All right, so now let's go over here. I think there might be a nice sunny area, perhaps, for sitting under a haystack. I may have done this quest a few times. So here's Bingo Boffin. He says, what's the hurry? Let a fella sleep if you have any decency. You tell Bingo that Bingo Boffin, his first cousin once removed, has come to visit. Well, all right, I will get up in a moment. I felt like that earlier today. I was very tired. I took a nap. Then I had a hard time getting up. All right, so we are going to go over here to one of those circles you end up in when you are defeated. Oh, but first we'll talk to Camellia over by the well. She's getting her water. Yes, can I help you with something? You tell Camellia that Bingo Boffin, her first cousin, once removed, has come to visit. Oh, how nice. I'd better finish drawing water from the well and bring it home. I imagine that adventuring is thirsty work and Cousin Bingo may be quite parched. All right, so this is one of my favorite little jokes of the game because he's, what's that? The rally circle. So he's here in the rally circle where you go when you're defeated, when you've run out of morale. So there he is with the flowers that he took over to Celandine Brandybuck. I mean, you know, Brandybucks, they got a thing going, so you never know. So he says, the voice over there says, you see before you a defeated hobbit, stranger. He says, I asked Celandine Brandybuck to the festival dances, but she did not wish to attend them with me and told me so. I picked these flowers and everything. What a crushing defeat. You tell Dinadas your sympathy, or you give him your sympathy, and also tell him that Bingo Boffin, his first cousin once removed, has come to visit. He said, I see. I will come home to see Cousin Bingo and will attempt to adopt a sunny disposition. He'll be none the wiser, and next time he comes to visit, perhaps I will have bounced back from this sad defeat. It is hoped, is it not? It is to be hoped. So you see before you a defeated hobbit, stranger, in the rally circle. Very clever. Oh, hey, I see a stable master I've never seen before. I should go and say hi. Hi, Sully Brandybuck. How's it going? Excellent. Now they can send us all over the place. All right, shall we find another hobbity of the area? I expect there might be one. Oh, let's see if I can run this fence. Oh, I keep falling off the fence. Whee! There we go. I expect there might be one out here in this marshy area with the slimy river toads. Blech. The toad marsh. Not exactly the frogmores, but very similar, like a mini frogmores. Oh, I'm having trouble getting up on the rock. Let's see if I can do it from down here. Yep. So she says, la 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 la, diddly dido, la 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 la. You apologize for the interruption and also tell Esmeralda that Bingo Boffin, her first cousin, once removed, has come to visit. What a lovely surprise. I will return home in a moment. Dancing is something you can do anywhere and should. We do run into her from time to time dancing various places, so that's pretty awesome. All right, now let's see who else have we got. So it's kind of fun because we are kind of making, oh, you can't see it. Let me move this out of the way. We're making a bit of a loop out in this area around the Buckland area. There's a big hill here in the middle, and we're just kind of making a loop around it, looking for these various boffins. So that's kind of fun. I even got a little crafting area here. I don't know that anybody ever uses it because it's a little out of the area, and I don't think there's any quests that bring you to it. Which is too bad, because it's obviously very cute, and somebody spent time putting it together. So I feel like, oh yeah, maybe you could make your own quest. Send yourself there. All right, Fosco Boffin. He is also sleeping. One of Fosco's eyes blinks open and studies you closely. You apologize for waking him, and also tell him that Bingo Boffin, his first cousin once removed, has come to visit. All right, I'll go there in a moment. His eye blinks shut, and the snoring resumes. So I think he is not likely to show up. Maybe he'll get there. All right, and then we have one more Boffin to find, and that is Griffo Boffin. Oh, you know what, though? If I haven't met that person, hang on, there might be is it down here? No, where is it? Just north, okay. I want to meet the boat person. Yeah. Oh, it's probably not far from where Griffo is.
It is in fact on the map.
On the map. I don't see the boat on the map.
Right here.
Oh. Oops. Okay, so still farther north. Okay. Well, then we'll talk to Griffo first because he's closer. So they're off having a nice little party here. We've got little mini festival going on here. They're playing some music and people are dancing. And here's Griffo enjoying a large plate of food. So, all right, he says, "Hello there, stranger. I'm waiting for another plate of meat and cheese." Sounds kind of good. "But if you let someone know, I'm sure they will bring you one as well. The food at this fair is delicious and abundant. You tell Griffo that Bingo Boffin, his first cousin once removed, has come to visit." "Ah, I have not seen Cousin Bingo in a long time. The last time he came to visit, I was very small. I remember Mother served a delicious roast duck pie, and there was plenty for everyone. I'll return home to see Cousin Bingo in a moment." That's so funny that he remembers food. But he doesn't actually return home right away. He's actually dancing first. So, where'd he go? I know he's dancing somewhere around here. Ginger says, "Closer to the gates." Thank you. Yeah, I always think it's further south than it is. I think I'm thinking of like the ferry. Yeah, I always think that it should be where the ferry is and along like that, and it confuses me. But you're right, it's further north, so we'll keep going past all these kegs of cram and waterlogged crates that we will be looking into here in just a little bit. All right, hello, there's a dockmaster I'd like to meet. How do you do? Excellent. All right, so from here we could get to Tinadur. So that's nice to know. Working on unlocking them. Okay, but let's go let Priska know that we found all of her kids and let them all know. Oh, here they all are. Well, let's see, Dunadas. Oh yeah, Fosco's sleeping in the flowers. Okay, they're all here. Except, all right. So it looks as if all of the children have returned. Where did Priska find the time to have all these hobbits? And how does she keep track of them all? I want you to promise me something. If somewhere along this journey I decide that I want to have children, remind me of Cousin Priska and then talk me out of it with force if necessary. All right, but we earn the title Honorary Boffin from this and get some bingo badges and a little bit of silver and some copper. So we'll go ahead and finish that. And then next week we get to do Marigold. Do. It's next week. That was time flies. It's the movie magic. Well, like I said, we're a few weeks behind. So we're catching up a little bit. And then, yes, we will go do the pirate adventure here in just a little bit. All right, so Marigold is the title of this next quest line. And he says, Bingo Boffin says, "I must confess that I did not remember Priska having so many sons and daughters. I will work to remember all of their names. When I was last here several years ago, one of Priska's daughters made an impression, for she was becoming quite an adventurous sort. What would she say about my present journey, I wonder? She had a flowery name. Marigold, perhaps. Yes, that was it. Now where is young Marigold?" Bingo peers at the assemblage of boffins, and his curious smile slowly fades. "Uh-oh, I'm really sorry about this, Rosenbloom, but I think we forgot one. Dum bum bum." All right, so now we need to ask about Marigold. Well, Angelica, the dancing one, she knows. She says, "You're right, I don't see Marigold anywhere, but that's not unusual. She was always wandering off. She fashioned herself a wooden sword and fancies herself a hero. Can you believe that? She's been going further and further into the old forest recently, and sometimes brings back mushrooms and other treats for the rest of us kids. It's dangerous in there, though. Bats and roots and wolves, she says. If you're going to track her down in the old forest, you'll need to deal with all of those at some point. So we have to defeat some roots and some bats and some wolves in the old forest on our way to go find Marigold." What does Bingo say? He says, "Keep this to yourself, but Marigold was always my favorite. If she is in trouble in the old forest, we have to find her." All right, so shall we take a trip into the old forest? See if we can find a little Marigold. And actually, what does Celandine want? Oh, she wanted me to go talk to Farmer Maggot. You know, I'll go ahead and accept that because I will be going back that way at some point. Okay. Like I said, I'm a little behind on quests of the Shire and quests of Breeland and all of that. Oh yes, so for finishing last week's adventure, I got that title, Honorary Boffin. You have been named an Honorary Boffin thanks to your efforts rounding up so many of Priska's wayward children. I think that's one of the titles I have on the forums. When the Extra Life fundraiser happened last year, we donated towards it during the streams, and this is before we were streaming on here. And we got to choose titles on the forum, so I think I chose that one because it amuses me to be an Honorary Boffin.
Did you want to show using the Lotro Companion to find your undone quests?
So I still don't know how to use the Lotro Companion.
Right, we'll go
Oh, okay, sure. All right, cool. So the Lotro Companion, hang on, let me grab those branches,
right.
is a plugin? Is it a plugin technically? Okay, so it's a desktop application, and you can use it to see which quests that you haven't done yet in an area. Although we just passed a whole bunch of quests, so maybe not ideal.
It will show you that you haven't done them.
Oh, whoops, sorry, some of my kin chat was, hang on. I totally did not see that one of our kinmates was chatting at me. Oopsie. So hi everybody. Hi everybody. Okay. Rightio. So, I mean, I guess we could try it. Okay, so stop and show me how to do this. If you want to show me how to do this.
So, did you put it in your documents?
I don't know. I left it wherever it was, I think.
Let's open your documents.
Okay, so we're going to go into My Documents and see if we put it into Lotro Companion. Oh, it is there. Yep. All right, so you click and click until you get to something. LotroCompanion.exe. We're going to run.
We're going to take it with that one and share the screen.
And we're going to hope that this doesn't like crash my computer or any other wacky hijinks during the stream.
That would be hilarious.
It would be completely hilarious, especially since that's the one that tells me don't do anything like right before you stream that might cause things to go strange.
I thought this was a terrible idea.
So yeah. There it is. Okay, so I'm going to drag this over for some reason. So here we go. I'm going to show you this thing that we're playing with. So this is the Lotro Companion, and it knows a bunch of stuff. So basically, you know, when you are playing a character or whatever, there's lots of information that Lotro just has like on your computer and in the Lua and all that. And so it can access that information. So that's where it's basically gathering information and it's able to tell us things. So we're going to start with this little ring. Import from Lotro. Okay, so this is where I haven't told in Lotro Companion about this character that we're playing. So I need to tell it. Okay, so there's information here, but I'm just going to listen to whatever he tells me to do. Hit start in the bottom left. Got it. Cool. I clicked start. All right, so it knows I'm on Treebeard and that I'm on the English client. It's going through and learning about me. Cool. So I guess we're kind of doing, you know, plugins part 2. All right, cool. So it knows about me. It knows all that stuff. It doesn't know about the vaults yet because they're not open.
Yep.
So we'll have to open those so it can know. All right, so do I close this?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And now what do I do?
Double click on the character.
Double click on the character?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And quests.
Oh, down here is a whole bunch of stuff. Quests. Okay. So these are quests it knows about that I
Under your picture.
haven't done yet.
It's all of them. Done or not done.
Oh, it's all the quests,
Yeah.
like of the world.
Essentially.
Okay, so like if I want to sort by just Breeland, because we're in Breeland.
So up at the top where it says category.
Yeah,
So
I can choose Breeland.
Yep.
All right,
And then you can uncheck completed it in the middle.
uncheck completed here. Oh, okay, yeah, because I don't want to see the ones I've already done.
And there you go. You can sort by level.
So you can sort by level. Oh, cute. Wow, there's a level 3 quest? Hey, look at that. Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariners. We're going to do that at some point. Oh, and it comes in at character level. Nice. So these are, some of these aren't actually existing anymore, or they're like part of the intro that you had to do. So if I'm not a human, then I don't get those, I think. But yeah, Untitled. There's a lot of stuff. So this is if you wanted to do like every quest that exists in an area, or if you're like, I feel like I should be able to be doing more quests, or I would like to do more quests around my level. You can kind of look through there and find out what's nearby, or what's in the area that you're questing in, and see what kind of level it is and what you haven't done yet. That's cute. Okay, so I'm gonna put this away. Okay. All right, so we're gonna hide that for now. But if we're at a point here where we're like, hey, what about blah blah blah, then yeah, we can pick that up. Okay, so close that. Close that. Do you really want to quit? No. I just want to move it.
Yeah, no, it's just on my side.
Oh, there we go. Thank you. Okay, all right, let's go hunting for marigold.
And just like for the quest interface, there's one for deeds and one for all
So-
sorts of stuff.
Yeah, so there's interfaces for quests and deeds and stuff like that. Now, I like the deed tracker quite a lot. I like a lot of the functionality that's in that. All right, so I have defeated all the bats of the old forest that I need. But is there a deed for bats? I don't think there's a deed for bats. There's a cabbage! My cabbages! Ah, that's what you're after. All right, so let's see what I need. We need to find some roots and another wolf. Yeah, I'm a hunter. What's your point? Would you like me to look?
I found the wolf.
See, I didn't even have to look. There we go. All right, so now we're looking for some roots and some branches. Oh, nice. See, I love how I can just be standing there grabbing some branches and my roots get picked up. Very handy, very handy. Yes, Weir Willow. That's what, yeah, so that's something actually, if you wanted to do it alongside, we could do it together again. Like I could do it on stream sometime if you wanted to try and do it. I mean, that's kind of what I figure I can do is I can do things on stream that other people are like, how do we do this? And then we can do it together and, do a little troubleshooting that way. Okay, so now we have, our quest just changed because we defeated some things out here, but now we need to search along the banks of the Withywindle in the Old Forest to look for Marigold Boffin. And the Withywindle River runs through the middle of the Old Forest. It might be a good landmark to use in your search for Marigold Boffin. So, we're looking for this river over here. It does, okay, so yeah, so I see there's chat still happening about the Lotro compendium there. So what do you say? It requires Lotro to be running for it to do the import, and it needs to know where to find Lotro if it's an older version. You tried character selection from the 1-year-old. Yeah, that's a good point too, is B4 says you can also hit him up on Discord, and we can always try to troubleshoot, live through typing it in Discord or going on headset or whatever.
Desktop
or disruption. Whoa, 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 there's some yarrow root. My eagle eye. So my senses aren't like the most amazing. Like, my eyes don't see all that great sometimes, and my hearing's, okay, but not amazing. But I'll tell you, there's a few things in this world that I spot. Yarrow root and there's another one, and cabbages, of course. But the cabbages are less important. And yes, yarrow and indigo, those things I notice very quickly. And if there's a mosquito in the room, that's the other one that I also notice. Oh my gosh, it drives me crazy. I can hear it, like, I don't know, there's just something about that pitch that my ears are good at hearing. Possibly to my detriment, because I know it's going to come and bite me, and therefore I cannot sleep when I hear it. Yes, we love the yarrow and the indigo, and I just brought the other one. Hey, here's Gilliman. We're going to pass by you. He doesn't have a quest for me. Not yet. Might not get back to him. Oh my gosh, so on Treebeard, you may have noticed there was that box that showed up on the ground. And if we had stayed inside that box, we would have taken damage. There's like a timing that you have, and then you have to get out of there before that timing happens. And so it's we were trying to stay kind of on level with the areas that we were doing. So we came into the old forest together, and we were like level 18, I think it was, and we ended up in that area in the old forest where there's all those spiders. And I made it through with my other character, but Affadil unfortunately did not, and was defeated at that point. And so she does not have the Undying title. It was very sad. Yes, you see before you a defeated Hobbit. But you can still, you still get the titles that you get on the Legendary server for getting to level 50 and then to level 130. Like, those all still exist. That wasn't that doesn't impede any of those. It was just funny because we were trying so hard to not get defeated. And but at the same time, we were going into some serious dangerous areas. So it was going to happen. I think Rosenbloom lost it, oh my gosh, maybe in the intro or something. Like, it was early. I'm pretty sure she doesn't have the Undying title. All right, so we have found Marigold Boffin over here. And she says, what could have brought Cousin Bingo into the old forest? This is a long way from Mickle Delving and much more dangerous for an old hobbit. She sees him as an old hobbit. All right, and he says, we found Marigold Rosenbloom. I have only recently become an adventurer of sorts, and I must say that my old habits and customs are difficult to shake, for this spooky forest makes me uncomfortable. But Marigold is just a young hobbit, and she's been coming in here and dealing with its dangers on a regular basis. Her gift of mushrooms and treats must have brought the silence of her siblings, for Priska would never allow this behavior. All right, so we're going to continue by talking to Marigold. All right, yeah, Woad. There we go. Thank you. Yeah, so we were real you didn't mean to distract from the stream. Oh, it's totally fine. Like, yes, you perked up when you heard Lotro Companion. That was precisely the thing I broke the other day. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm very lucky to have my own tech support here in the house, and I'm happy to share that knowledge on stream if possible, or other times is fine too. So I appreciate that we can take this time to help other people. I like helping and stuff. So yeah, it's not a distraction at all. Hang on, the closed captioning stopped working again. Okay, there we go. Awesome. Yes, speaking of helping people, we do have live closed captioning going. There should be a little closed captioning button down in the bottom corner of your screen over there. And you should be able to close it, click on like a little box that says CC. You should be able to click on that and it will pop up the closed captioning box, and you can play around with that from there. So definitely give that a try, and yeah, take a look, see if that works for you, if you find that useful. I definitely would like to help with that as well. All right, so Marigold says, do you know that I never really believed I was a boffin? All of my brothers and sisters are so dull. Happy to stay at home as far from excitement as possible. Esmeralda might go dancing in the Toad Marsh, but when I suggested we walk in the Midwater Marshes on the other side of Bree and dance there, she refused. She threatened to tell our mother, so I did not push it. But isn't that dull? Marigold brandishes her sword and shield. I made this sword from a branch and rescued the shield from a wolf's den when the wolves were gone. I didn't think that any other boffin would do those things, but now it seems Cousin Bingo is an adventurer too. You do not know how happy I am to hear it. Anyway, you found me just in time. I met a curious creature in the woods, and he offered to show me his home. You can come along too if you like. I didn't catch his name, but he wore yellow boots and said his house was to the northeast of here. So we are off to find the house of the strange creature with yellow boots in the old forest. All right, so we go looking for Tom Bombadil. Oh, that's true. We can see what they have to say. So he says, I must be honest with you. I do not think it is wise for Marigold to follow this yellow-booted stranger to his home, especially if that home is somewhere in the depths of the old forest. Who would live in such a place? And Marigold says, let's visit. This new friend of mine said his home is in the woods to the northeast. Let's go find it. All right. So one way you can go and find Tom's house is to just follow the Withywindle, which is a convenient pathway because sometimes the trees, are a little difficult to navigate in here. Now there are maps. Now you'll notice I keep looking at the map, which is somewhat helpful, but where these trees are and where there's gaps is not completely accurate to where the gaps are in the actual old forest here in the game. So there is a map. Well, there's a couple of maps out in the world of the internet that are worth checking, and especially if you're like trying to find the flowers, which are named after the Entwives. I didn't know that for a long time. Because the Entwives are bees. There's Old Man Willow. Yeah, we have a theory that we both like that basically the Entwives are actually bees. And so that's why they can't find them because they've turned into bees. They always were bees?
Yeah,
That's how you make more entlings. You pollinate. Because you need pollinators so you can make big forests and groves and everything. See, it totally makes sense. Bees. Yeah, so the bees and bees big business. Those could be Entwives. We don't know. Buzz, buzz. So that's kind of like a little working theory that we like playing with. Whoops, I didn't crest the hill there. All right, here we go. Tom Bombadil's house. Hooray, there he is skipping around. Tom Bombadil. Oh, but he doesn't want to talk to us yet. Down by the river, rushing water, Tom found his gold berry, river woman's daughter. Okay, so we have, what a strange place this is. This is Bingo. Marigold, she loves it. She says, have you ever seen such a cozy little cottage? It is the home of my new friend Tom and his wife Goldberry. They are most mysterious, and I want to learn more about them if I can. Where did they come from? Why do they live in the old forest? I have so many questions, but whenever I ask them, they only smile and have no direct answers for me. Still, I am so very pleased to have met them. What does Cousin Bingo think of my new friends, I wonder? And he says, what a strange sight this is. A tidy little cottage in the middle of a dangerous wood, home to a most peculiar individual and his equally mysterious wife. I never thought such a place existed. If my journey ended tomorrow, I would still count it an adventure full of wonders. I need to rest from our journey through the forest. Perhaps later I can speak with Tom and Goldberry and write a description of them from my own journal. So that is the end of the Marigold quest. And next week we have Defying Description. So let's see, are we there? Oh, we're here. Hey, look, it's next week. I kind of lost track of how many weeks behind we've gotten. All right, Defying Description. He says, you know that I wanted to document our journey, writing down the experiences we have and the places we see, and that includes describing the people we meet. No account of my adventure to this point would be complete without a description of this curious Tom Bombadil fellow. That is clear. That much is clear. But I have encountered an early problem in this attempt, for I simply do not know of any way to describe him in such a way that does the fellow justice. Can you speak to him and learn what you can of Tom in order to educate me on the subject? What are his likes and dislikes? From where did he come, and what drives him from day to day? Good luck to you, my friend. Perhaps the words will flow when you report back to me of what you learn. All right, so we need to talk to Tom Bombadil and find out what he says about himself for the quest Defying Description. Oh, there he is, dancing around. Bright yellow all around, smiling willy-nilly. He has to sing a little ditty there. Okay, he says, "Ahoy now, young one, questions are for asking, but the fun lies in the seeking. You ask about old Tom, but that is a question with many answers. Why not ask why the trees, why they be a-swaying, or the light a-brightening? Tom likes walking in the woods of an evening, and singing in the morning sun when the moon skips away, as would all who try it. Still you ask and ask, too many questions for so lovely a day. Stand in the foam of the falling water nearby, and you will know what it is to be Tom Bombadillo." All right. Tom's eyes are bright, and his voice is full of laughter. He wants us to go stand in under the waterfall. He asks why the trees they be a-swaying. Hey, trees. I think they answer, but not in a way that we can understand. Or maybe they don't understand the question because they don't understand us. All these things are possible. Yes, wind noises. It was quite windy earlier at one point. Our hedge was all shuddering. You stand in the cold water until you are waterlogged and sopping. Alrighty. What did we learn? Bring a towel. And roots are for climbing. Oops. You wonder why Tom has that awning, a little tent in front of his house. It always looked a little out of place to you. I'm guessing it's a place to find Bingo and and Marigold. However, it could be, maybe if they were bringing up something from somewhere, some roots or fruit or vegetables, that would be a good place to maybe let them dry without them being rained on. Place for your ponies, says Affadil. Tom is such a strange fellow, who knows? I guess it kind of does look a little, it doesn't necessarily match the rest of it, does it? It is very Hobbity looking. I don't know. I think they put it there so for the hobbits to have some place to stand out of the weather. They're there for a whole week or two, right? All right, what does Tom have to say? So from a quick note about the game. So they used to have a voice actor who did the Tom Bombadil stuff early on, and so when you would come and click on Tom in any of this, he would be like, "Hey ho, married oh, my darlings," and that sort of thing, and which I thought was delightful. But now they added in a whole. There's a thing called the Woe of the Willow. It's an instance, and when you get to the end of that, you run into Tom Bombadil, and for whatever reason, they didn't choose a voice actor to do those parts that sounded the same as the previous voice actor, or I'm not sure what drove their choices, but because the voices were different, they had this new voice actor go back and redo the older Tom stuff. So now, instead of the kind of cheery, chipper stuff, he does more of the sing-songy stuff. I think they're both really nice. Like when he starts singing, I stop and listen because I find it really neat. But I also miss the old Tom as well. So I wish we could have, I wish we could just have more Tom Bombadil, really, I guess is where I'm at. Oh my gosh, a housing item where you'd have a Tom Bombadil version 1 and a Tom Bombadil version 2 card. Or he'd just switch back and forth between them. That'd be really funny. You'd click on him and he'd be like, "Hey, do you hear the woe singing?" And you click on him again and he'd be like, "Hey ho, me hearties." That would be hilarious. So I like them both. I really like, and I think that's probably because Tom Bombadil is beyond description, and so having so many different versions of him, I like them all. I guess is kind of where it comes to for me. All right, so Tom seems delighted. He says, sopping wet you are, like Tom after a fresh rain in spring, dripping all about, but refreshed and happy. Learn from old Tom, for he has seen summers and winters, and summers again, one for every droplet that cascades from the heights. Hey now, still with questions? Tom's way is to take the bad and make it good. Old Man Willow, that mean streak in his heart has grown wider for many a day now, and he could do with some cheering. Go to Old Man Willow and dance and lighten his mood. Then you'll know what it is to share Tom's interest in all creatures, both good and bad. So we have to go find Old Man Willow and dance for him. Dance, dance, dance. Okay. Well, we know where that was because we passed him on the way in. Conveniently so. You saw an Old Man Willow on the way here. Well, I hope there isn't more than one. Goodness, could you imagine if there was a whole forest of them? You'd never make it through. Do you hear the dome singing? Wow, you're just like, you're on it. Okay, you are filled with unease. Tom really wants you to dance here? Yeah, probably outside the red box, so I'll dance over here. You dance, and for a moment you feel a sense of welcome. Then it is gone. Wah, wah. All right, I'm going to go back to Tom. So it's really funny because Old Man Willow, oh, it's already gone by, has some effects on you where it's like draining your power. So it's really funny if you come through with a Bjorning, because Bjornings don't have power. They have that, what is it? Not rage. What's their bar? But they have a different bar. No, Wrath I think is going to be the new brawler stuff. Envy, Pride. No. You're silly. I thought Wrath was the new brawler stuff. All right, let's see what Tom has to say. All right, he says, hey do, Mary do, dancing all the day. Questions are for answering, but that's enough today. All right, we are to talk to Bingo outside of Bombadil's. Tom's eyes are bright, but he is clearly done with questions. He's like a parent who's like, yes, I know, we're done. You can go now. Why don't you go outside and play? All right. Bingo says, this is not working. Tom's a mystery, and any attempt to get him to answer questions about himself is met with laughter and nonsense. Perhaps if he would read some of my accounts so far, he would better understand why we want to know about him. Take my manuscript to him and see if that gets him to open up about himself, if you would. You know this isn't going to go the way you want it to, right? He hands you the pages of his manuscript. Oh, let's see what Marigold has to say. She says, why does Cousin Bingo think that Tom will care about his writing? Tom does not seem like he has much time for books, if you ask me. She is right. Oh, brawlers have metal. Okay. And then, so the Bjornings have wrath. Okay. I guess it's been a while since I played my Bjorning. So. So he says, and Tom says, Tom takes the manuscript and runs his hands over the pages. What a wonder! These leaves all covered with words written down with care. I can feel the letters beneath my fingers, ink dried and thoughts saved. That is not Tom's way, but there is a joy in remembering. These pages are like a song sung in the morning, but carried on the wind until afternoon, when it might be heard again. I delight in the feel of these pages and their tiny words. Let me sit with them a while, and you speak with the river daughter. Goldberry has returned from her spring for a time, and she is more fair and more lovely than when she left. Sure, let's go chat with Goldberry and see what she has to say about things. See, I don't know, there's just something really peaceful and joyful at the same time about that. I like it. He's not as goofy. Kind of do miss the goofy. Oh, is Goldberry inside? I was thinking I thought she would be over by the other stuff. Yes. Affodil says, find the flightiest person you can and give them your life's work. Check. Yeah, I think that was a misjudgment on his part. But I love the garden that she has going on in here. So good. It doesn't inspire me. I don't think I want a water garden in the house. So, yes, just outside. Outside's fine, not inside. All right, she says, your face is full of questions, young one. Has Tom confused you with his riddles and his songs? You tell Goldberry that you have been unable to learn much about her husband despite his friendly and open nature. She says, I believe he has given you what you sought, though you may not know it. Who is Tom Bombadil? He is, and no one else. He is a mischievous sort and loves to laugh. He will tell you to stand beneath a waterfall only to experience the feel of the water and the joy of dripping on the carpet. He is the master of water, wood, and hill, and cares for all who inhabit those places, even if their hearts are rotten and mean. He seeks to lighten their moods and ease their pains. That is a long answer. He is Tom Bombadil, and there was no one else like him. There we go. So she's given us her answer. Speaking of Goldberry, it's pretty much the same. I have a shawl that I'm working on that is, the pattern is called Goldberry, and I'm very excited. I know I've been working on it for a while. For those of you who've been watching the stream for a little while, I ran through one cake of yarn, and then I ran through a second cake of yarn, and it's still not done. And so what I've discovered from this is that when I'm crocheting, I'm kind of a loose crocheter, so I go through a lot of extra yarn. This other project that I'm doing, which is a crochet along, where they gave us the yarn. Well, I mean, we had to buy it, but we got the yarn and the pattern and everything. And you have very specific amount of yarn, and there's not like there's extra you can play with necessarily. So I've had to be a lot more cautious and a lot more careful, and I got a scale and I'm measuring how much yarn I'm using and all of that. So, it's taught me how to be less generous with my yarn, but I'm excited because it's going to be really fascinating because the Goldberry, because I've used so much yarn, I'll be able to really stretch it out if I want to, and you'll be able to see a lot of the pattern, but I'll just be able to like wrap myself in it. It's going to be awesome. More frugal with the yarn? Yeah, I suppose that's probably true. And my tension is a bit tighter, and so I'm not using quite so much yarn in doing this shawl. So, yeah, it's cool. It's going to be fun to do those. I want to make a jacket or a cardigan or something, but I'm like, no, I'm going to finish this one first, the Olympics, the one that was started during the Olympics, and then I'm going to finish Goldberry, and then we'll see about making a jacket. What's that? Bold adventurer? Yeah. And he is a friendly visitor. That's cute. All right, so... we can talk to her first. She says, are you almost ready to leave? Tom Bombadil is a strange fellow, and I find him very interesting, but there are other adventures to be had out in the wild. And Bingo says... All right, so... He listens to Goldberry's description of Tom and nods. Yes, I think that seems to be a fair assessment of our peculiar host. Thank you for obtaining it for me. I still cannot believe that you actually stood underneath a waterfall and danced with the malevolent tree on my behalf. You are a good friend, and I'm glad you are coming with me on this journey. So we finish this week's quest, or a week's quest. We get a little bit more money, and we get some badges, some bingo badges, and we get Conqueror of Writer's Block. All right, so we'll finish that. Finishing Defying Description. Oh, look, it's new. It's next week. At some point, we're going to have to leave off of this because I want to go do the other thing. Maybe we'll head back out there in a minute, though. Okay, so this week, or a week, the week after, synonyms for spooky. So he says, all right, I would say it is time to see Marigold safely back to Newbury and for our own journey to continue. I have enjoyed this brief stay at the house of Tom Bombadil, but there are many other places to see and people to meet. Would you mind speaking to Tom and retrieving my manuscript from him? I am most interested to hear what he thought of it now that he has plenty of time to read. He had plenty of time to touch the words. I think, yeah, farmer's fare plus free range. Not so much time for bingoing. We did not bingo. We bing stayed. All right, Tom. Whoops, he ran off on me. He says we are welcome to stay and make merry, though. You ask Tom what he thought of Bingo's manuscript. But the strange fellow is only puzzled. Your words are all a scramble, young one. Tom remembers a great many things. The sun in the morning, the breezes of midday, the swelter afternoon, and the cool of evening. But he does not know the pages of which you speak. There is no need for writing. If you spend all the day writing, that is a day you have missed. Do not look so glum. I am sure this writing will turn up. I may have set it down outside. There are so many things to see, happy distractions all, and sometimes things get lost. All is found in the end. Hey. So, all right, so we need to go tell Bingo that Tom has absent-mindedly set down Bingo's manuscript somewhere. But, you know, all things are found in the end, he says, so it'll be fine. Hey, Bingo. News you're not interested to hear. Tom has misplaced my manuscript. Oh, bother. I know there wasn't much of it yet, but I still keenly feel its loss. I will not be able to recreate exactly what I wrote the first time. Perhaps I should just abandon this endeavor. I'm not a writer, and I'm not an adventurer. You seek to console the unhappy Hobbit, and soon Bingo is slightly less despondent. Perhaps you're right. Tom is most at home outdoors. Perhaps he set it down somewhere nearby. Can you look around in the vicinity and see if you see any pages of my manuscript? I do not want to lose the record of the journey so near the start of it. All right. Let's see what we can do. I bet we can find a manuscript page, perhaps down this path. Let's take a look. Oh, look at that. There's some wind-blown pages. Wind-blown pages. You found some of Bingo's pages. Did the wind bring others north? Let's take a look. Not looking for strawberries today, thank you. Aha, more wind-blown pages. Dun, dun, dun. What we got? You should bring these pages back to Bingo. All right. I'm going to ride over because it's a little faster. Whee! As I go parkouring my way around. All right, so Marigold and Bingo both want to talk to us. Oh, you know what? Let's do it the other way around. Let's talk to Bingo first. It makes a little more sense. All right, he says, thank you for finding part of my manuscript. Uh-oh, Tom must have set it down outside, and the wind took it carrying pages north among the trees. You found some of them, but it seems to me that the rest of the pages must have been carried further north into the Barrow Downs. Bingo shivers. That place has a frightful reputation, and I did not plan to explore it. But now it seems I have no choice. We have to search the Barrow Downs for the remainder of the missing pages. It looks as if I am missing the section of my journal that concerns my swimming lesson and the section dealing with our departure from the Shire. After we're finished in the Barrow Downs, we should travel back to Newbury to bring Marigold home. I will see you there. Okay. And then Marigold. So if you're going to the Barrow Downs, so am I. You found some of Cousin Bingo's missing pages on the path to the north, didn't you? That way leads to the Barrow Downs. If you're going to brave that spooky place, so am I. A hero never runs away from a challenge, no matter how scary. I have heard that some of the frightful creatures make their homes among the barrow mounds of men in the Barrow Downs, and we will need to face some of them if we go there. Watch out for ravenous barghists and giant crawlers, for they will be watching out for you. So, we need to defeat 6 barghists, 4 crawlers, find the section of the manuscript concerning the swimming lesson, and the section of the manuscript concerning his departure from the Shire. So, we will continue our quest here. And we will run ourselves over into the Barrow Downs. So I think what we should do is we should, find the pages, and that takes us back to Newbury, which is right by the bridge we need to go north of to go start the pirate adventure. So I think this will work out just fine. Yep. Just checking on the closed captioning. It looks like it's still working. Or is it? Okay, awesome. All right, so we're going by this little adventurer's camp back here. I'm not going to pick up any of those quests right now. I could, but I'm not. My log would fill up. That's true. All right. Yeah, that's all sorts of stuff I can come back and do another day. Oh, hey, a burgist. Awesome. Thank you. There's a crawler. Oh, hey, I could just throw one of these down. Oop, I think we're in a box. There we are. Do I need those guys? I don't think. Oh, well, kind of, but not for this quest. I need them for other things. Okay. And then it seems that, let's see. Oh, I took the guide off. Hang on. Put that back on. Oh, you know what? I have a bunch of things here we don't need to have on here. Oh, instead of clicking one by one, I should just do the thing where you right-click, remove all. There we go. And then I'll just go back into my thing and put synonyms for spooky back on. Oh, thanks. Found the pages of the Journal of Cardolan lost within the Barrow Downs. Oh, hey, there's some pages. Perfect. Okay, new deed, Explorer of Breeland. Oh, wow. I see. Apparently I have not come and explored a whole bunch of stuff in here. Oh gosh, I still have to find the flowers in the old forest. Well, I'll do that another day. But hey, cool. Definitely not the Journal of Cardolan here. Nope, just some bingo. Let's see, I need some more bargists, and we need, there's one. We need to find the other pages. Cool. I'm going to grab these branches. And then we can work our way towards the other pages. I think you were headed that way. Excellent. I don't have to get every bit of wood out here, I suppose. Just some of them. Oh, nice. So yes, after we finish this one, the synonyms for spooky, as part of the Bingo Boffin quest line, then we will go and check out the pirate thing, which is the so their Talk Like a Pirate Day is, I think, September 19th, which would be this coming weekend. So usually Lord of the Rings Online, they have the Tales of the Shipwrecked Mariner, which is a short little storyline. And it's only available during this time of year. So we will go and check it out. Yar. I think there's some pages over here. Perhaps. Pages? They call them hobbits. No, the windblown pages. Not Pippin being a page in Minas Tirith. All right, talk to Bingo outside the home of Prisca Boffin in Newbury. So, and he's like, is it gone? He's very scared here. I will see you back at my cousin Prisca's house in Newbury, Rosenbloom. I do not want to stay here a moment longer. You know what we didn't do is set a milestone in Newbury. That would have been smart. Or that area. That's okay. There's nowhere near there. Oh, I don't think I have it yet. Yeah, that's true. I could, if I had it, if I was high enough level, I could take us to Tinador. Oh yeah, I'm working on getting there because I don't have it yet though. I have to be level 36 and I'm level 35 and a half. But yeah, once I get to level 36, then I can go to Tinador. There's a quest to go find some tracks and stuff, so we'll go do that, and then I will have the travel to Tinador. It'll be awesome. So what they're referencing there is that there's a boat, and I could go up to Tinador, catch the boat down to Buckland, not the ferry, but the boat travel. I was a little behind you because I did take damage on the fall, but I'm good. Okay. Hey, Tom. Hey-hoo, Mary-Lou. See, the old Tom isn't really gone. He hasn't left us. He's still there in our hearts, in our minds. Because you know we all do it. It's fantastic. So we are wearing our matching cloak of the cloaks that we earned a couple weeks ago from doing all of the a bunch of the chicken quests from George, and then last week in our marathon session that many of you popped by for. Thank you for those of you who came along and cheered us on. Appreciate that. It was, 5 hours, I think? Crazy. And we earned our titles, Crosser of Roads, woo-hoo, doing our chicken session play, so that was fun. That was a kick. So really glad we got that. I think, and I was looking at some of the other, chicken quests, because there's others that are not open to us yet here on Treebeard, because Treebeard is capped at level 50. So anything that's outside of that realm, we don't have access to. So like there's one, was it There and Bach again, where, that's the name of the quest, There and Bach again, where I think that's the one where you have to go off to Dale and all of that area. That area is not open here at all. Erebor to the Lonely Mountain. And then there's, what's the other one? The Great Wide Open? Something like that. And that one, you go and you jump off the prow at Minas Tirith, which Minas Tirith is not open to us, not as a chicken at this point. You can go and do the Midsummer Festival, or not Midsummer Festival, Midsummer Quest chain that's part of the Epic line, the wedding of Aragorn and Arwen. And that gets you a trait point, so it's worth doing it just for that. It's also a nicely written storyline. But you can't run there. You have to take the stable master. So therefore it's not open yet to chickens. Because chickens cannot take stable masters. They do not know how to ride horses, apparently. Or at least they don't know how to tell the horse where they want to go, or the stable master where they want the horse to go. All right. So synonyms for spooky. He says, we have all returned safely from the Barrow Downs, and I have exhausted my supply of adjectives with which to describe them. There are only so many ways I can convey how unhappy I was to be walking among those mounds. I learned a valuable lesson, too. I just wonder if that window is open. No, okay. I've learned a valuable lesson. Do not let folk read my book before it is quite finished. But then he does, so I don't think he learned his lesson. Tom did not mean any harm by it, but I do not want to risk losing any more of these pages in frightful places. Tracking down pages is quite a tiresome activity, wouldn't you say? Priska is quite cross with me as well. She thinks that it was my idea to go jaunting about in the Barrow Downs when it was the furthest idea in my head. That was mostly Marigold's idea. All right, so let's see. We have to talk to Marigold and Priska. All right, so Marigold. So she says, that was amazing. The Barrow Downs were everything I had hoped they would be. I was never scared. Not really. I will need to come up with something truly exciting to top this most recent adventure. That's good. And her mother. She says, Bingo isn't folk. Bilbo isn't folk. He's Bilbo. Yeah, he still shouldn't let Bilbo read it if he doesn't. Anyway. Anyway, so the mom says, Priska says, I have scolded Marigold before and it never seems to do any good. The girl is always going off on these adventures. Adventures! More like mischief and bother, if you ask me. It was good to see my cousin Bingo for a short while, but I must ask him to be off as soon as he can. Either he has been a bad influence on Marigold, or she has been a bad influence on him. Either way, there is entirely too much adventurous spirit between them. We Boffins have been many things, but heroes? I don't know about that. So Bingo, his thought about this. He's like, Priska will calm down in time. She always does. Now, I will visit with all my various cousins once removed and do my best to talk Marigold out of the adventuring business. I don't think I will succeed, and just between you and me, I don't think I want to. She will make a fine hero if that's what she wants to be, and Priska will just have to get used to it. But don't tell her I said that. We still need a place to stay until our journey resumes. So next week, the 2 taverns. Kind of like the 2 towers, but the 2 taverns. And then we finish this and we get the title page turner. All right, we'll go ahead and accept this quest, and then we're not going to follow up on it right now. So he says, well, that was a nice visit after all. Priska eventually forgave me for whatever part I may have played in Marigold's decision to become a hero instead of a stay-at-home hobbit, and I enjoyed spending time with my many cousins. I jotted down their names in the margins of my manuscript so I do not forget them. Once again, I marvel at how Priska keeps track of them all. My feet are ready once again to set forth on the road. I consulted the map, and it seems that the town of Bree should be our next stop. Let us walk to the west gate of that town and take in the sights for a short time only, and then we will continue into the Lone Lands and further adventure. Okay. Well, we will meet you there again eventually, Bingo, but first we have another adventure to check on. So, let us go to the north. To the north.
Oh, you don't have the traders work?
No, we need to pick up the quest. So, look at that. I hadn't noticed that was broken. I'm guessing that would be the work of the Black Rider.
Yeah, there's an NPC over here talking about.
Oh, there's somebody over here who talks about it. We don't have time. We're going to go up here. Okay, we'll go back and find out more about this broken down stuff by the Black Rider another time. But first we need to go over here because there's a quest ring. Dum-ba-da-bum. So, it says, I fear the Gilminuel may have been completely destroyed. Well, let's talk to him, find out what's going on. The quest, the tale of the shipwrecked mariner. Yar. It doesn't say yar, I just add that for fun. He says, ahoy there, I am Argirion, first mate aboard the Gilminuel. Wow. Or at least I was until we were beset by a great storm. The Gilminuel is a ship belonging to we rangers that sails up and down the Barad-dûn, providing much-needed supplies to the wardens of Annúminas in the north. That work, though, was brought to an end with the storm. Our ship was grounded, the quartermaster and I were washed overboard, and our cargo lost. I know not if anyone else survived the disaster, and I would be pleased if you could search northward for the captain. It is also vital that our cargo be recovered, for it was intended to supply the wardens as they fight the evil that has come to Annúminas. I am sure it is strewn all along the Brandywine. Okay, so our next objective is to talk to Aaron here, and that is the captain that we need to find. So, here, let's get Bingo off of here, because we need to talk to the captain, and the captain is way up there. How do I get to Evan Dim? Give me Evan Dim. There. You see he's up. Well, you can see right there. So he's north of the Trader's Wharf, up on the way into Evan Dim, but out not as far as the High King's Crossing. So we need to get up there. So what would should we take the ferry or take the boat?
Do you have the boat?
I have something. Let's find out what I have.
Traders work would be anything.
I have one of them, Gilminuel.
Gilman Uyal.
Gilminuel.
That's how I would pronounce that.
Okay, so this dockmaster, she can send me to Tinadir. Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Because we want to get north. It's a little further north than where we're trying to go, but that's okay. Hey. All right, so, and I don't think I can force it.
What about King's Crossing?
I do not have it. I mean, I could get it for a mithril. All right, we're going to travel down. Because if I have the stable master to High King's Crossing, I can't imagine I have that and didn't pick up the boat, though. That doesn't sound like me. Let's find out what I have. I can get to, no, High King's Crossing I don't have. I have Oat Barton. Would that be useful? No? Just follow you? Okay. We're going to go discover High King's Crossing while we're at it. Now, what I did, I think the first year I did it, is I jumped in the Brandywine and I just swam. I just swam and swam and swam all the way along. It was pretty funny. Oh, let's see. What do people want to know about? Oh, it's the freebie. Let's put that in there. There you go. So the freebie this week is for a landscape soldier token. In fact, I might go ahead and grab that for here. I wonder if I can even use that here. I don't know. We'll find out. So let's try it. Okay, so I'm going to open the Lotro store. Well, hopefully we don't run across anything that wants to eat us. We'll be fine. She says, we'll be fine. All right, and then we need to click on redeem code. And I'm gonna paste that code in here. Cool. So now it adds 1 hour of time to your landscape soldier. So it's right there. Can I consume it? I cannot. Requires skirmish basic training too. But once I have that, then I can get a landscape soldier. I can use the token. That's hilarious. All right, so cool. So now I've learned Hiking's Crossing, and then we're gonna pop over here because there's a boat. Yeah, right down here. I'm just gonna jump in the water apparently. I missed the dock completely. That's great. But I've now met the dock master. Yay. Actually, we might be able to just swim from here. I don't know. Let's see. How far are we? Oh, yeah, we're not far at all. We need to, oops. I don't think we need to go get the other dock is what I'm saying. Okay. But you're going to take us overland? Yes, and we are being approached. Okay. Notice we have some red dots who got rather interested in us. And apparently a hill fox. Bye, little fox. So every week there's a code like that, in case that's new information to you. Every week you can put that code in. You just go to the Lotro store like I did there and put in the code like I did. But it's only one per account. So you have to pick which server. If you play on multiple servers, for example, like I do, you'll want to pick which server you want to pick up your freebie on. Now, it's not mandatory. Like there might be a freebie that you're like, that's not useful to me. I won't bother. You know, you're absolutely welcome to just let it go, like not take it. But it's often something useful. So there was some morale potions sometimes. There's been, I like the dwarf candles, and so when those come up, I'm pretty happy about that. There's the dyes. Sometimes you get a free dye. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so it's various things. Sometimes there's combat stuff too. So all sorts of goodies they always give you. Okay, so over here we see a boat that has been grounded. So let's see what we can find out. Hello, ship's captain. He says, you have come from Argirion. He and Mindambeth are well, that is good. You may return to Argirion and let him know that all survived the wreck and are now repairing the damage. Do as he requested and gather the cargo before you return, however. It is vital for the defense of Numinos. So we need to collect 10 kegs of cram and 25 bottles of ale. Now, we'll find those as we go bipping along the shore. So, for example, you'll notice now that this whole area is all lit up for us. So we're going to go ahead and start collecting things. So like there's a keg of cram. Now it's a one per person, and it says, okay, so bind on pickup. So some areas are bound to you as soon as you acquire them. They can be sold or destroyed, but not given to other players. And so if I pick it up, so there we go. So now I have picked up a keg of cram. Woohoo! I'm gonna, I know, I was trying to get around this limraffin. So there's a water-logged locker. Now inside of these, all right, so I found a deckhand's eye hat and eye patch. So I will go ahead and knead on that because we are doing fellowship. Okay, so you just broke up the fellowship? Okay. So you'll notice that, if you do this while you're in a fellowship, then you end up with that whole thing. Okay, so what I just got is this cool Deckhands eye patch. I thought I said I don't need to know that anymore. What else is possibly? Usually what you get in the crate are other things. Let's find out. Yeah, see, I got 3 bottles of ale there. And these boxes and crates are kind of dotted up and down. And you'll notice that, well, you probably won't notice because I'm not going to stick around, but it'll refresh and it has a chance of being one or the other, either cram or boxes. So you'll often find that you got all you needed of one thing and you're still looking for the other one. But I am going to get into my wardrobe here. And we're going to put this into the wardrobe. Kabam. And then grab my character. And yeah, give me the cram. Go to my wardrobe. I should have left that open. And let's get ourselves decked out here. Ha, get it? Decked, because deckhand. Yar! There we go. Do I look fierce? There we go. Isn't that fantastic? And so you got a little bandana in the back, underneath the hat. It's too cute. Oh, and so they're starting to refresh. So yeah, it's taking me back up the river if I want. I do not want, though. I wish to go further downriver because my hope is to make my way to the Wildwood and pick up the ferry that I don't have there. So yeah. Oh, you're defeating tomb robbers? Aw. I'm not gonna get credit for those. Oh, nice. Leveling over there. I'm still at 35 and a half. Let's see. Okay, so I need to go a little bit more southish. So I don't want to go that way, which is fine because it looks like there's an impenetrable waterfall. Oh, here's a keg of cram that I hadn't seen before. Yes, I will take that. I only need 1 more keg of cram. Now you can gather up extras, I think. So when we get back to the 2 that are down there, there was a quartermaster that we should have probably talked to when we were down there. But there's stuff you can get from the quartermaster. Interestingly, one of them is the item I got out of a box. So there's just a couple of things you can get there. They're cute little things. So we shall see when we get down there. So that's why I'm still picking up the cram, even though it's not completing more of the quest for me. I think, although it might be bottles that I need. It's been a year since I did this, so I forget. But there we go, got another bottle of ale. So we're just helping out, grabbing all this stuff that was thrown on the shores during that big storm. So, hi, do you work with the game in some way? Thanks for streaming. I do not work with the game, but thanks for coming and thanks for the thanks. So most of the people who are streaming here on the official Lotro channel here on this are part of the stream team, which is cool. But we are just fans. We're just people who enjoy playing the game and enjoy streaming about it and sharing some aspect of the game with people. So I am a big fan of the festivals and the kind of little side social things that you might run into in the game. Speaking of getting run into, there's a salamander. I think I'm just gonna wander off. Bye-bye. I guess here, I'll throw down a trap. That should get his attention, maybe. No, seriously, go back there. Look at that thing. There you go. Good job. Don't look at me. But we can see, is he gonna still be alive when that's over? Oh yeah, he's still got plenty of health. He's yours now. I see you behind me there. Anyway, so yes, I enjoy the festivals. I don't know if you have played Lotro for a while there. But it's there's a lot of things you can do in the game, right? So you can follow the Fellowship, and there's a storyline that parallels the path of the Fellowship and some of the things that they encounter. And you, as an adventurer, can go and follow a similar path, but that also takes you alongside to help out in kind of behind the scenes sort of way. So like helping to forge alliances, or trying to stop various, incursions or invasions that might be happening, or just various things that you do as an adventurer that helps out the Fellowship. Like there's one time when the Fellowship was in a hurry because they were being attacked, and so they ran, and you go and you're sent to go and like see if they left any traces of their journey behind, and in fact they did, and so you go and tidy that up, and that way the enemy doesn't see them, right? So I think that's really clever, right? A really clever way of SSG, who's the developer of the game, to find ways that you as a player can interact with the storyline. That's really cool, but in a way that it doesn't disrupt the books, like our characters aren't named in the books, but we're still able to interact in this world and feel like we have an impact in this world. I think that's really cool and really clever. So you can totally do that sort of stuff. There's also dungeons and instances you can go into and do raids and all that kind of stuff. And so there's definitely people who absolutely love doing those things. And there's people you'll find, here on this channel even, that, that's what they do, that's what they like to stream about. That's the kind of fun that they're having. So I figure there's enough people doing that my jam is really in the festivals and the social side of things and the more lighthearted quests. And so that's what I like to focus on during my stream. So I'm here every Thursday checking out festivals, and on the weeks that we don't have festivals, doing other fun and silly things. So we are doing the Tale of the Shipwrecked Mariner right now, which was, we were sent out to go and gather a bunch of stuff that went astray during a storm, and it put a boat up on the shore. And so, these boxes, these waterlogged crates hold these bottles of ale that we need, which is good because I need one more. Go grab that one. Uh-oh, I'll race you to it. My leafy feet for the win. Aw. Well, I got my 25. I assume you're getting close. I might steal this one too. So, hey, there's the person. I was looking at this person thinking, well, they don't have a blue thing over their head. I must have met them already. No, it's this guy I haven't met. Hey, Dockmaster. Yay, I have them all open now. Hoorah. That's a relatively new thing. Like, that's in the last year or so. These boats, these docks that can take you all over the place. That's pretty neat. And oh my gosh, I can't wait until we come in here and do the Wildwood together, because there's hunter travel you can get that will that I can take my whole group up here in like a flash. Gonna be so good. Oh, I suppose we could just go down. Okay, hang on. Let me grab this cram. And what did I do? A deed bestowed. Oh, exploring sites of the Wildwood. Nice. Okay, speaking of boats, let's talk to the Dockmaster. Hi. I have a desire to go back to Buckland. Let's do it. So, yeah. So if you have any questions, though, like myself and Affadil here, who streams on Tuesdays, talking about plugins, we know stuff about the game because we I can't follow you with my button. We know stuff about the game because we listen to the different streams that happen. Like on Fridays, so tomorrow at noon, Cordovan, who is the community manager, and he works for Standing Stone Games. So he's kind of like, you know, the voice to tell us things. He's the one that announces things usually, that sort of thing. So he streams at noon Eastern time here on this channel, and he's a great source of information. So we watch that and we listen to what he has to say usually about that. And then, yeah, just, you know, various pieces of information make their way around. So we just, we learn that sort of stuff that way. So we often have like knowledge that you might also have, but you're welcome to ask and we may know something. So, okay. So the tale of the shipwrecked mariners. He says, "It is good to know that my kinsmen did not perish in the storm. Thank you as well for recovering this cargo. Bring it to Mindambeth as well as any more you may find as you journey along the Barad-dûn. As thanks for your efforts, you may choose something from the ship's shores that have survived. Mindambeth will see to your reward." Okay, so that finishes the quest. We have completed the tale of the shipwrecked mariners. And what I get? Looks like I got some experience there. That's exciting. And now we can talk to the quartermaster here. And we're like, hey, we picked up all those goods for you. And so I have 28 bottles and 20 kegs of cram. So I can get a mariner's hat and eye patch. I can get a mariner's hat and I can get a mariner's eye patch. So, you know, if you ever want to wear a hat, not an eye patch, or an eye patch, not a hat, you have those options. Or if you want to wear the pair together, you've got that. Now, remember, I got really lucky. And now this one's called the Deckhands hat and eye patch. However, let's see, how do I do the thing? Nope, that's not it. That's not it. Hang on. What am I doing wrong here? There's a way to be able to look at it while I'm clicking on it. Why can't I? Yeah, that's so weird. Okay, there we go. I don't know. So not that one. Let's look at this one. Okay, so there is the, this is the Deckhands hat and eye patch. So we've got kind of like a blue bandana, but the hat I think is all brown. Okay, so if we were to look at the mariner's hat and eye patch, it's kind of got a little bit of a purpley bandana look to it. But otherwise, it's all the same. And let's see, can the head color be changed? Oh, and you could dye it anyway. I can probably dye mine. Let's take a look. So let's reset. Come on, put that. And let's look at my head. And yeah, I could dye it. So basically what I'm saying is, because I already found that one in the box, I don't need to buy this one, because even though the names are different, so technically I could put them both in my wardrobe, they're the same cosmetic. Also, it's amusing to me that they do have a little bit of armor to them. So the one I found in the box has 219 armor, and it has some non-combat morale regeneration. You can also sell it for 256. So that's why I went ahead and put it in my wardrobe, because that way I can wear it as a cosmetic, but not, I don't have to wear the item on my person, because the skirmisher's helm that I have is much better for me than the hat and eye patch. It just amuses me. But I think I will, might as well. I'll go ahead and buy the hat. And we'll buy the eye patch. Oh, no, I can't. I don't have the cram. No, the bottles. I'm out of bottles. That's okay. All right, so you'll notice, though, I don't have those bottles and those things in my inventory. If you have the premium wallet, it looks like they just, I'm pretty sure they just get sucked right in here. Yeah, so there's the bottles of ale right there. Oh, that's cool. It says account shared. Interesting. And then the kegs of cram are right there. So I can't trade them to anybody. Like, they just they just sit in my wallet. Just like, when you grab a fish, you can't like get rid of that. Oops, let me get rid of those things. Yeah, and all the trophy items that you might pick up, those just sit in your wallet. So that's where those are too. So I can't sell these things. I can't sell the bottles. I can't sell the cram. I don't know if you can even ditch it. I mean, it doesn't take any room, like the wallet doesn't take any room. It's just one more thing to see. But okay, so then I'm gonna go ahead and I forgot to move that onto here. Hang on a second. Okay, so we're gonna put this over here because that's where I like to use it. And I'm gonna open my wardrobe and we'll slide that hat in there. So now I have the both of the hats I can do with an eye patch or without an eye patch, depending on my mood. And then I can dye the little bandana if I want to color it different colors. But I think I'm gonna go with the eye patch today because, yar. And, and that one does have a little bit of armor too, the one that you buy. So pretty funny. Hey, hello, how's it going? It is going well. We have spent the last 2 hours checking in with Bingo Boffin, seeing how he's doing. And then we just did the Tales of the Shipwrecked Mariner, wandering up and down the shore. And, fine. Oops. I turned myself around. And there we go. I am a fierce hobbit. Rawr. Yar. It's kind of funny because some years ago there was a pirate convention that I used to attend in the Denver area. And so I was trying to remember like any of the outfits that I wore or anything I have. Because I've moved across the ocean since then, so I don't have as much of the stuff with me as I did at the time. So I still have the corsets with me. So this was one of the shirts that I used to wear to the con, but I had like a whole bunch of stuff, and I had a compass and various accoutrements, which I don't know where any of that is right now. That's okay. Hey, it's another crosser of roads. Hey, fantastic. During some of your late nights recently, you've been wishing for an eye patch. What, to hope you get away from the computer? Easier than keeping one eye closed for night vision.
That's one of eye patches.
Ah.
One eye above deck, with the other eye below deck.
Oh. I did not know that. He's saying you'd use one eye above deck and the other eye below deck. But a fascinating idea. So that is the Tales of the Shipwrecked Mariner. So it wasn't like, a long storyline. It's just a cute little thing they plop in here once a year. You get a couple of cosmetics and that's about it. But it's cute. There's plenty of stuff you can pick up if you want to go nuts. There's cram and boxes all along there. Yeah. So should you be interested in buying everything and selling it again and again, I suppose, I don't know. Whatever makes you happy. You've got options there. So, all right. So now we are ready to meet with Bingo again. Yes, what a lovely cloak you have. So yeah, we're about ready to go. Keep moving Bingo forward. He has shown up in Bree at the West Gate, so we might go and say hi to him here in a moment. Oh, and so then, so that's what we wanted to accomplish today, and we did. So yay, go team. Uh-oh. Oh, you just did something. Oh, I got 100 cheer emotes. Ha! Yay! Thank you. That's fantastic. Here, I'll share that with the, I'll show that in the kinship. Okay. Fantastic. So now I can do slash fire breath. Oh, and now I got this big thing in the way. Hang on. I'll do it again. Now, there's actually, this is so funny because, so fire breath looks like this. But I also picked up the consumable at the festival, and it looks like this. So they look very similar. The difference is the consumable, yeah, it catches people on fire. They're not really on fire, like it's not harming them, I'm pretty sure. But it's pretty funny. Here, let's see if, oh, I gotta wait for it to come back up. I don't want to be in the middle of that. Hey, nice eye patch there, Flu. I like it. All right, so here, I'll do it on you. It says, there goes your eyebrows. Whoosh. So now you don't seem to be, you're not taking any damage or anything, are you? It says, I am on fire. Involuntary emote. You stood too close to a fire breather, though it is unlikely that you will die in this fire. And it lasts for 10 seconds. Yes, I got that one too. I like that one a lot. So those are the two things I'm still working through is the fire breathing potion. And once you do it like 300 times, then you get the permanent emote. And then, yeah, the monster fare, you eat that. It says no, and then it looks like you're confused, like you don't know where you're going. Like when the mobs get stuck on something and they can't follow you. So yeah, that's pretty, I like that emote. I'm looking forward to having that because I've seen that in the past and I forgot it was a thing. Oh no, Flu drank the stuff. So I have those too, but I've been very careful not to do them. I have, yes, mugs of triple strength brandy. And what it does is you drink it. It says, this mug of potent brandy came from an in-league keg. You probably shouldn't drink it, but you will. And so you feel a bit woozy. More brandy will solve that. And so after you drink it, like 10 seconds goes by, and then you're teleported away. And the triple strength brandy and the mugs of liquid are both both do the same thing. And this one says, drinking this brandy may not be the safest thing you could do. You feel a bit woozy. More brandy will solve that. And it says, this mug of foul-smelling liquid came from the Forsaken Inn's own recipes and ingredients. You probably shouldn't drink it, but you will. And so it also teleports you somewhere. And they send you to, they have a list of places they could go, and they're different. And so I ended up on top of the Giant's Needle one day drinking one of those. It was fantastic. I love it. So I try to be careful. I had those on my bar at one point, and then I was like, that's a bad idea. I might teleport myself away during combat. That would be a mistake. So yeah, we don't do that. You ended up in Malinhad. Oh my gosh, cracks me up. I wonder if these are tradable. Hold on. You're probably too far away. All right, I wonder if I can, I didn't even look at it before I open a trade window with you. Is it bound? Oh, it's bound. Oh, that's too bad. Because you can only buy them in groups of 5, so I couldn't just buy one. Because I thought maybe it was another deed, but it's not. It's just, you just do it. So, but that sended them to Angmar, and they finished a deed. Oh my gosh, that's so good. So I was going to say, so we did the pirating today. So then next week, there's again no festival, so we're off on our own making mischief. But Baggins' birthday is next week. And again, Lord of the Rings, there will be, Lord of the Rings Online, there will be a small quest line that we can follow for that. So we will do that. Hey, welcome back. So we'll do that. And it sends us into Rivendell and then back to the Shire. So that's really cute. So I think we'll have fun with that. The weekend after that, the last weekend of September, is the Buried Treasure event. And that's the one where you go off into, it's like the dwarven thing, and they send you off and you take the little cave claws and you dig, and it runs to like the nearest good one, and then you dig that up and hopefully you get the good stuff. So we'll give that a go and show you a little bit of how we do it. There's a plugin that we started using, and it was pretty useful. So we'll probably be using that one. I think it's called Rich. Yeah, there's a plugin called Rich. So we'll probably be using that. And we'll show you how that. So that's in 2 weeks. And then October 7th, the first weekend of the month, is Hobnanigans. So very, very silly sporting thing, that sporting event that happens in Lotro. And it wasn't scheduled regularly, but at some point earlier in the year, they set it up so that it was the first weekend of every even-numbered month. So so October's coming up, so we get to do some Hobnanigans in October. So that'll be good, because there's a lot of things I still want to get from Hobnanigans. All the chickens and all the face paints and all the emotes. There's so much to get. And then we finally get to our next festival, mid-October, October 14th, my stream. We will be in day 2 of the Harvest Math Festival. So the Harvest Festival, it's the October Halloween-y festival. Halloween styles. That's where we have the haunted burrow that you run around. So we'll definitely be going through that a lot and trying to show you how to find like the different rooms in there and how to do the different quests. There's a whole bunch of different quests that involve like going in and finding places inside the haunted burrow, and it can be, easy to get a little lost in there sometimes. So we will do our best to really show how to get around in there. I've done some short videos, some how-to videos on that in the past, so I'll try to remember to make sure that those are up on the website and on the YouTube. Doing the little thing again, I love it. Oh, speaking of, I should probably get the link to my YouTube channel. So if anybody wants to take a look at any of the videos we have up there, let me grab that. So if you are interested in watching any of these videos, or any of the how-to videos that I have done in the past. Most of them are on there. Some of them are on a different channel that I have, but I'm going to be working on migrating them over at over time. So so that's kind of like what's happening over the next month or so. So any other questions that you all have in the chat? Because we're going to go ahead and wrap up here pretty soon. We've had a good run. We've done some good stuff today. And of course, lighting each other on fire. That's always a good time. I do appreciate that I can light people on fire that are okay with it. Like, I don't like to do the emotes and things. Like, I have the ones that call down like a whole flock of crows, and they swarm you, and then your character like cowers beneath it. And I feel bad because there's some people that are like, please don't do that to me. So I'm very cautious who I do that with. But I'm glad these two don't mind me lighting them on fire repeatedly. It makes me happy. There we go. Right through the bird. Right through my peacock. Or is it a peahen? Let's see, which one is it? That's a peahen, black peahen. All right, well, I see no questions in chat. So today is Thursday. So coming up later today will be Eldeleth. She's on, I keep doing the math and then I forget. I think she's on like 6 hours from me. So French Girl Gaming was on like 13 hours ago. So make sure you check out the schedule. Here, let me put the schedule in there. So you can always just check a look. So if you're ever curious about who's on and when, most of us pretty much follow the weekly schedule. So you can kind of see like, oh, hey, when is there anything coming up soon? Or that person that I watched that I found really fun and interesting. Let's see when they're on again. And then a bunch of us do try to tweet ahead of our stream, like a couple hours ahead of our stream, just to kind of be like, hey, remember, this is happening today. So you can always follow us on social media and have a nice reminder. Hey, hot pie. Nice. I will, sure, hang on, I'll take some of that burnt pie. There we go. I'll eat some pie. Thanks. It looks like bread, but it's pie. Trust me. A Hobbit knows. All right. Well, I think we are going to go ahead and wrap it up here then. So thank you, everybody, for coming along. Go have fun enjoying the Shipwrecked Mariner and doing your talking like a pirate. And we'll see you back here next week. We'll be having some more fun. Of course, we always have fun here together. So if you have anything specific you want to talk about or anything you want me to show you on the stream, bring those questions with you anytime you're on. We can talk about plugins and how to do those. We're happy to do that. I mean, we use plugins all the time. So we're happy to, to come on the stream and point at things and be like, here's how you do the things. Absolutely happy to do that. So so bring your questions next week or anytime. And so thank you everybody for joining me today. I definitely enjoy my time in Middle Earth, as I may have mentioned before, and hopefully you do too. And I hope you have found this stream enjoyable and informative and had a good time. So wherever you go, whatever you do, I encourage you to stay connected to the Hobbit side of your heart. All right, have a great day, everybody. Bye now.